Yes, the purpose of my visit about 3 weeks ago, I came here, as a community spirited person. I came visit the seniors, and they addressed their concerns to me, and especially all of the simple concerns where the place need to be clean. Also, they told me about the palm trees that are very overgrown, and also the maintenance of the homes right here. And as I listen to their concerns, and my heart goes out to them because you hear concerns where sometimes they go and they address it with the Samaritan housing, but nothing have been followed up on. And also sometimes they come out and they want to catch a bus and the bus pass them straight. So you listen to, these are the seniors who have built St. Martin. And I said to myself, I listened to them and they say, MP, you are the fourth or the fifth MP. Nothing happened. Let me see what happened. And with me, the seniors are very close to my heart. So I decided, what, let me get the fire department. Also, you have NVGB with a truck. And we're going to clean this place for the seniors. And we did clean all the areas. And as you can see today itself, we are, living up to my word, coming back and taking care of the seniors. And that's what my message is, simply that simple things makes a big difference in the community. And we just have to make sure not only take care of the seniors, but also address the others in the community with the simple things that makes a difference. So that's my visit here this morning, to make sure that we bring everyone together and make sure that we clean the place. Cleanliness is godliness, so we want to make sure, keep everything clean for the seniors. And as a representative of the people, you came here at the Belvedere Senior Citizen Home. You listen to the concerns of the seniors and you hear the issues. And believe you me, the first time I came here, it wasn't easy. And these are the original seniors right here. We sat down and they let me know the issues, what was happening here at the Red Cross Seniors Home. Well, you have so many, they had, right here you could see where they have so many of the bush was very high. The palm trees are overgrown. The maintenance of the houses inside inside of the rooms need to be fixed. And they let me know their concerns. And today, I'm here back with them, and where we clean up and make sure that we take the seniors very seriously. Provide the services that they really need to do the daily living. All they're looking for is to live and to be happy. And that's what we gotta do. Start making our people, it's all about making our people happy. It's all about us.
Here wasn't a disaster. Here was a disaster waiting to happen. I'm so happy that he come around and we spoke to him, because several parliamentarians come around here and nothing is being done. And I'm happy to say today that much more things have to be done, but at least a start was made. A start was made here, and finally we see some changes here, because now we can sit down out here in the backyard and have a view of the road. We ain't getting no more centipede, no more rats and cockroaches here in the backyard no more. And that's something that we appreciate very much. I mean to say that there's problem out there with the sewage and there are certain things, but we know that everything, God didn't make the world in one day. In 6 days He make the world, so it's going to take some time, but at least we're going in the good direction. And I thank Maurice Lake 110%.
Well, I thank Mr. Maurice Lake to what he do to us, how we clean up the place for us. And then the inside of the house, that's on the roof, that I show him, and then he said that he go into them, and then up to now, out of foundation haven't come down to do anything. They send 2 men to check to see what have to be done. And from that, nobody haven't show up again. So we still waiting.
Employees working at the Ministry of Romy are now posting pictures where you have construction garbage being thrown on the roadside. What is the ministry doing, or the department doing, when it comes to the inspectorate in order to get them to do their jobs?
Thank you, Bibi. Let me understand your question correct. For who to get to do the jobs, correct?
Inspectors.
The inspectors? That is something I have been addressing with the department head of the department in charge. We had conversations with the contractor responsible for the area. My way of moving forward, I think there needs to be also a public relation campaign. We did publish the collection schedules. It's on the website. It was in the newspaper. But I think we need to go on a public relation campaign in terms of, together with the community council police, the community council members in the area, to indicate to the residents of the area there's a time set for the collection of, for example, construction materials, bulk waste, and so forth, that there's a particular day to dispose of those things. And that is one aspect. And the next aspect, of course, and the department head indicated that he does not have enough inspectors to control the different districts. But there is a public relation aspect, and there is an aspect of the department basically doing more controls in particular districts. So those are the two avenues where we are approaching them to basically tackle this issue.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEB.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000, give us real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
It regards the capital expenditures budget. As you know, by virtue of balancing the budget this year, a total amount of 77 million became available for capital expenditures. Part of those capital expenditures, the money is already in the bank, 33.9.
Yeah.
The loan that you're referring to is a loan that is a difference between the total amount of capital expenditures, 77 million, and the 33.9 million.
Yeah, right.
And CFT position was, we are probably premature in requesting a loan for the difference, that they would like to see first how we are going to utilize the 33.9 million. And for that purposes, architects and engineers and planners are busy, because it does not happen overnight,
Right.
working out the details to be able to justify the spending of the 33.9. And subsequent to that, the CFT have informed us that once we have done that, then they will revisit the requests for the difference. It's a challenge because actually we have quite a lot of money to spend, and it is 6 months left in the year.
Yeah, I understand.
That the expectation is that all of it will not be used.
So I actually don't need the loan right now.
No, I'm not saying that at this point in time. I'm trying to keep my eggs very close and very secure in my baskets.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. Another question is about how does the 2016 budget develop? I mean, there's been talk about that the casino fees that were supposed to be collected, that it wasn't really happening. What's the status of that?
People talk and people say a lot of things. And it's not because the money is not being collected. The issue was a legislative issue. And the receiver had to be provided with tools to be able to collect as they have the ability to collect any other taxes. And that ability, that right, they did not have. It required legislation. That legislation now has been completed. That legislation, however, before the receiver of taxes can start, needs a 6 weeks period to see if the ombudsman is going to object to that legislation, as is the case with all legislation. That 6 week period ends August 12th. And I've promised the receiver of taxes that August 13th, I will be showing up at her doorstep with that completed legislation to do the job that she needs to do.
All right. Last question about the 2017 budget. Is that going to be on schedule for the first time in 6 years?
All I can say is that I'm doing my damnedest to make sure that that happens, but I also realize, and I'm realistic enough to realize, that caca happens sometimes too.
Afford what you crave, life just gets so good. KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah.
Upon entering in November, I was told that this was under construction and it would be finalized. Of course, I got several calls between November and January. I mean, there was the first call I got in December with complaints or concerns that they're not seeing much work going on. I was told, well, it's December, and contractors usually go on vacation. So in January, when school resumed, etc., and everybody else was back after their break, I was again alerted, and I have to deal with my colleagues at VROMI and the companies that have to do the checking. So that was also brought to their attention then. Discussions started with the contractor. The contractor had some issues. There were some issues. I don't know the exact details of it. However, they had expected that they would be resolved. The contractor promised to get back on track. February, still not properly on track. March was issued an ultimatum, and then they made an agreement for him to continue. And to date, while he has restarted to some extent, we are not satisfied that this can be completed. The deadline date had been extended to August 31st for completion, and from what I have seen, that does not seem feasible nor possible unless they put double crews on overnight. So the department in charge has been instructed by my person to go to Plan B, which would be either a second, removing that contractor completely, or bringing in, he'd be having then to bring in them under his contract. So whatever that may be, again, that's under the purview of my VROMI colleagues at New Works. So they are the ones that will then work out what the actual steps will be and what steps will be taken against the contractor. But it is very imperative. I mean, we did have a situation, as I explained before, where 4 classes had to be housed over at Belvedere. During the course of the year, that ended up becoming quite tedious, and towards the last 2 to 3 months, they moved back to the campus at SMVTS, where, yes, you have the overcrowding, but of course, with some of the exam candidates coming to the end, there were less of them on campus, so they were able to manage it. But now to ask them to start up again with that same situation and then have, the number of graduates or the number of new students exceeding the number of graduates, we will have a problem. So we are looking at certain areas. We also have the Charles Leopold Bell School, which is slated to be refurbished and wouldn't need as long a time. And so we're hoping that towards the end of August or beginning of September, that can also be completed in a sense as if we really need an emergency space, that could be able to alleviate as the Education Care Center program is not ready to start in August. So we're looking, as I said, as a ministry, we have several challenges which have existed for years, and the pressure on being on to get them solved in an election year is always there, and I accept that pressure is there, but we can only do what we can do, and the situation being what it is, you have one department of VROMI that is dealing with all the new works And so they also have, I believe, challenges as it pertains to having enough personnel throughout the year to be able to carry out it as we, the ministers, are constantly demanding. So I have to be realistic in that as well. I have several projects slated to go through. The critical upgrades I mentioned, Prince William Alexander's breaking tomorrow. John Larmony Center is also slated to start within short, and the Charles Leopold Bell School. So that's a lot, and that's just from my ministry, this ministry. So yeah. And that also has the repercussions, because all these things have been in process, and many of these things had been tendered prior. Also coming out in tenders in this next couple of weeks is the maintenance at MPC. And all these things are going through the process at different stages. So the VROMI department is very, very busy with that. And then companies are charged to do the checking at these sites to make sure that, the contractors are kept up to speed. So it's quite challenging, and we're facing those challenges head on, and that's why I did not shy away from stating what is fact and looking at what can possibly be the scenario come August, so people don't say, but the minister didn't know this was going to happen. Well, we saw it coming, and we're trying to do what we can in the meantime.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Building a movement, and it's not just that I wanted to support me as the candidate of the party for the presidency of the collectivity, but I want him to trust the entire team, because what we are doing right now is that we are spending time reflecting profoundly, seriously on the different issues, insecurity, unemployment for our people, road infrastructure development, and other areas where investment are needed to improve the infrastructure in our country. The senior citizen home, which is part of the whole infrastructural development, because too, we have to pay much attention to the senior citizens of this country and give them how should I say, a structure where they would be very much at ease and live their days that God has permitted them to live on this earth in a very comfortable manner. Then, of course, there's a whole issue of education, not forgetting the whole revitalization or the jump-starting of our economy, and that would permit, of course, that would lead automatically to job creation for our young people. The cooperation between both sides of the island, which to me has to be very high on our agenda. So these are some of the issues that we will be highlighting as we go along and during the campaign, so that people would understand that we are not just there to say elect us so that we could be the next team in office, but without a clear political agenda. What is it that we're going to do? How are we going to solve the problems, especially the most urgent one that the people are crying out, over the last years, so to speak. I would like to be able to tackle two main priorities: the whole, how should I say, revitalization of our economy, because if we can, when we can get that solved to a certain extent, we would be able to, like I said earlier, to deal or to bring the solutions to the high unemployment rate on the country that is directly connected to the high crime rate in the country. So solving the economic problem of the country would have repercussions in a positive sense of the word on the unemployment rate and also on the crime, the high crime rate in the country. And what we are looking at in terms of measures, one, we are saying that there is an urgent need not to sell out the waterfront in Marigot, but to build a structure to receive cruise ships and also to be able to receive some mega yachts in the harbor in Marigot. And that in itself would generate economic activity in the Marigot city. And in the process, it would create employment. And while we are looking at that, we believe as well, and that's where the whole investment group idea comes into play, for us to be able to have also local investment in terms of that group of businessmen and women who are willing to pool their resources together, get a bank loan that we can restore some of the buildings in Marigot that used to be business places and have them available for rent for young potential business persons. Because I believe that yes, we still have to continue to attract foreign investment, but I'm also open and encouraging the idea of young people, local people also investing in the economy of our country. Because I believe that there could be, how should I say, a new phase of development from our country, but I don't want it to just be foreign investment. I believe strongly that we need to promote the economy of this land, but we have to not just be spectators to what is happening in our country.